Native American reservations. This is where Native Americans were forced to live. Now, these lands were spread across the west, some in the east, but mainly in the west. As you can see here, this land is a lot nicer than what you'd probably find somewhere else, but it was still hard, and they were put here to get them out of the way. Transcontinental Railroad. The Transcontinental Railroad was a very long railroad that used a minority in the West, the Chinese, to build it. They were very harshly discriminated against and tricked into doing the slave labor, basically, for low wages. And it was extremely hard to build, and it took very long, and it connected the East to the West, basically. Right there is the sheriff's office. Now, in the sheriff's office, you will find everyone's favorite hero and vigilante, Batman, putting away some criminals who were vandalizing. And Batman doesn't like vandalism. Surprise. And over here, you can see William Jennings Bryan. Now, this town seems to not like William Jennings Bryan. They seem to be McKinley supporters. William Jennings Bryan was a very popular populist candidate for the United States presidency. He apparently here he's not very liked. That's probably why McKinley ended up winning, but he's known for traveling around and speaking, even though McKinley still ended up winning. And there's our cattle system. Now, the cattle industry was very, very profitable. Like, extremely profitable for the farmers in the West. They had so many cows and so much land. As you can see, this farmer has a excuse me, large barn and a lot of barbed wire, and he seems to be doing very fine for himself. And actually, as you can see here to the left, you can see the train station, which is very good for easy access to get the cows transported. There is our mine. Now, this mine was opened by the settlers of the town, excuse me, to bring in resources like gold, and as you can see, a lot of coal, and it looks like it's very profitable. Excuse me. However, they are building it on Indian hunting grounds that was given to the Indians by the government, and they are invading that, and they are colliding. The natives are very angry with this, and are there. Yeah, here is a representation of the Battle of Little Bighorn. It was where Colonel Custard came upon Sioux Indians, and well, they got into a large battle. General Custard ended up losing that battle, and all the men and stuff ended up dying. Some Native Americans died, but many more Americans died. It was huge losses for the government. As you can see, this man fires his cannon, not doing too well for himself. Here is the chief Sitting Bull leading some refugees to Canada to escape. And here is our representation of political corruption. As you can see, excuse me, this man is coming in and throwing in a bunch of votes into the voting booth, which is illegal. He's rigging the vote. Hello. Right here, I have won for the third year in a row my mayor candidacy, and I'd just like to thank everyone for our support. Here is my new vice mayor, right hand man. He's never committed fraud or anything. He's a good man, and I you know, enjoy having him around. He'll be here to stay. As my first act as mayor of this town, I will be taking back land from citizens and, raising the price of food and making gold worthless because I do not like people. Those last two were spoil system and economic policy. This is our representation of assimilation. As you can see, this young Native American is being forced to take off his Native American clothes and forced into normal white American man clothes to leave his culture behind. Here is our Battle of Wounded Knee, where U.S. soldiers who were peaceful at first kill and murder many and many Native American people who were very peaceful. Thank you for your time, and that has been our presentation.